Hi, everyone. We are in the Deakin downtown once again for bargaining, our 8th bargaining meeting in this cycle for a new EA. I'm here with Rhidian Thomas, who many of you will know is a senior industrial officer with the Victorian branch of the NTEU, who has been leading our bargaining. Rhidian, did you want to explain what we have spoken about today around the bargaining table?
Yeah, okay, thanks, Piper. Look, thanks, members. Today we tried to bring some fairly long negotiations to a point where we can get an idea of whether or not we are making any progress. So we have concentrated on the issue of salary, the issue of the levels of casual employment, especially amongst academic staff, and the issue of academic workloads. Sadly, after some 4 or 5 months of meandering negotiations and a degree of denialism and intransigence from the university, we're at an impasse. The university salary offer is significantly inadequate. They are offering a salary increase of 2.85% per year over a 5-year period, which is certainly well below anything that we would consider as being appropriate given the current cost of living situation that most members face. They have offered nothing of any meaning whatsoever when it comes to reducing the level of casual employment amongst academic staff and the amount of work that is inappropriately performed by academic staff on a casual basis. Their SOP towards providing career paths and forms of security of employment for casual academic staff are nothing more than spin. They are meaningless. They do nothing. And the other key matter that we discussed today was the issue around academic workloads. Again, nothing of any meaning provided by the university, a token effort to tweak the numbers, whereas to reduce the total annual hours by some 30 hours, but to reflect the extra days during the Christmas close down. However, if you do the maths, there's a sting in the tail. Their new formula actually increases the number of weekly hours that will be expected of academics at Deakin University. So those fundamental issues in our bargaining claim, as I said, leave us at an impasse, and we have had no option but now to take moves to go towards industrial action. So we have successfully applied to Fair Work Commission to run a ballot to take industrial action, which will commence the ballot will commence on the 28th of March, and we will be contacting members directly next week to move towards that. So thank you. That's it for me.
Thanks, Rhidian. I think, again, it's important, and you've heard us mention this before in our summaries of bargaining, that, as Rhidian notes, what we have consistently sought was a commitment around academic workloads that have meaningful and ongoing input by those affected by them, i.e. the academics across the university. And that has been consistently sort of not refused. And that's a significant sticking point that, as far as we are concerned, the WAM model is broken across the university. We hear stories daily and weekly about the work pressures that the WAM model causes for many of our members. And this is one of the biggest issues that we will continue to advocate for. Rhidian mentioned the now moves to go to protected industrial action through the PABO that many of you have supported nominally so far. That ballot, as you mentioned, will open in a couple of weeks, so we will be contacting all of our members in coming weeks. Jack Kirne, of course, is our fabulous organizer. Jack, did you want to speak a little bit more about that process?
Thanks, Piper. Yeah, I mean, so perhaps to just run through some of the basics, as Rhidian said, it will open on the 28th and will run through to the 4th of April. It's really important that everybody gets out and votes. For it to be valid, we need 50% of our membership to vote, but also management will be able to see the raw numbers of how many members vote. So a low turnout significantly weakens our position. So it's really important that you get out and vote and you encourage people around you to get out and vote. Something that we want to stress here is that while you'll be voting for a range of actions, that does not make you personally obligated to take those actions. You are simply giving your union colleagues the right to take those actions. So voting yes on all of the matters and showing up is really super important. And we will, of course, be putting out plenty of communications in the coming weeks to try and really stress this point. Thanks, Piper. I'll throw it back to you.
Good, thanks, Jack. Yeah, that's a really important takeaway. As Jack says, to summarize, you'll be hearing from us, and please, continue to talk to your union colleagues about the importance of tuning into the ballot when it lands in your inbox, and voting to ensure that we have the right to take industrial action. As Jack says, it doesn't obligate anybody personally to do any one of those actions for any period of time, but it is imperative that the union, that the branch has the right as a whole to enact industrial action as we go through the bargaining process, if we're going to get traction on the issues that Rhidian spoke about, that we continue to fight hard to gain meaningful negotiation on. Thank you.